Is he? What? Hi!
Hi, Frankie.
So as a show of good faith, he decided that this year he was going to
give these 100 turkeys.
So far, it's looking good for 100 turkeys this Thanksgiving. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another 365 series update. Now, every week is different. I'll learn something different every single week. Something more filling or fulfilling in a different way. So this week is fulfilling in a Thanksgiving kind of way. For most people, turkey represents a time of year when family comes together, even when we're all dealing with the stresses of life. It's hard to see the turkey tradition and do anything but embrace it or be passive to it, especially when it's been a tradition for basically your whole life. But in the last several months, I began to develop a heart for these animals while staring face to face with what could have made it to someone's dinner table. So naturally, I was delighted when I came across a story about holiday turkeys being saved.
Jane Unchained live in Utah, where these holiday survivors are being released by a slaughterhouse to Direct Action Everywhere. The slaughterhouse owner met with Wayne Shung of Direct Action Everywhere and agreed to give these 100 turkeys to Direct Action Everywhere to take to Sanctuary as a Thanksgiving gesture. There are approximately 200 animal activists who have gathered here, and it's going to be extremely emotional.
James might try to hand one, but we're not sure yet. It might be a little bit too big for James. But we're going to do this all together. And these animals will have happy lives. We'll have smiles on our faces by the end of this action. We're going to start out by walking to that slaughterhouse.
Okay, here's another turkey, and this is another person who faced prosecution.
About a day later, after hearing the news, I was contacted by Kindred Spirits Care Farm. They would be opening their doors to 3 of these lucky turkeys for permanent residency on their farm. They needed a hand telling the story, and like a sign from above, I asked where and what time, and I was there. So we are here at Saving Grace Animal Sanctuary. Karen is here to pick up 3 of those turkeys to bring them back to the farm, and Kathy is holding one of the 3 turkeys that they're going to keep here at this sanctuary. And so far, it's looking good for 100 turkeys this Thanksgiving.
Just trying to see if I have any kind of natural connection to any of them, and if any of them speak to me. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby. You're all right. I already love you. I don't even know why. You're gonna be such a happy girl at the farm. Tag her or something. I like that she's not scared. Her snoot is not picked on, which means she's kind of dominant. She's not a submissive one who's been picked on. And clearly she's not too afraid. So somehow we have to mark her. Unless of course you just want to grab her and put her in the car, we could do that too.
I can help you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead and grab her.
Though still scared and shivering, these turkeys are 1 in a million. Each one of them lucky to make it out of the farm from where they came, but still completely unaware of what kind of future lies ahead of them. They came with some defects. Can you tell me a little bit about what defects they might have come with?
Well, actually not defects. These are the horrors that were perpetrated upon them by humans. The first thing is their top beaks were cut. They use a hot blade and they slice the top part of the beak off. Because they're in such a small area, it keeps them from pecking at each other and damaging the meat. Apparently their middle toe, which is usually used for defense or fighting, has been kind of cut off. So kind of like chopping off the end of your finger. Also, so the meat won't be damaged. Our volunteer Warren, who is involved with Mercy for Animals, and he has a lot of contacts in the activist world, and he was the one that was contacted, and he talked to us and asked us if we'd be willing to take in some of these ladies. And it's been an honor to watch DXE actually negotiate for these guys, save these guys, put themselves at risk for these guys, and then the sanctuaries stepping up, the amazing sanctuaries stepping up and accepting these to provide homes for them. Being a part of it is just an incredible experience. I can't even imagine trying to explain. It's fabulous.
Direct Action Everywhere had a few members of their group go into a farm in Utah last year. They did what's called an open rescue, where they break into the farm and take the animals. It's an act of compassion, but the law has decided that it's actually defined as a terrorist act, and these few people who broke into the sanctuary last year are actually facing up to 60 years in prison for that. The owner of this farm in Utah decided that wasn't an appropriate punishment for what they did, and is actually on the side of DXE in this. So as a show of good faith, he decided that this year he was going to allow 100 birds to be taken from his farm.
Warren, you piqued my interest. A couple weeks ago, I ended up going to a pig vigil. I was nervous because I thought I would find people with a different perspective than me, but within the same realm of veganism that I'm from. What I want to know is whether or not there is a natural progression of activism when you start asking questions. After talking to Warren, first of all, what they do is illegal, and I can't condone illegal activity, but I want to know where the minds of people from DXE are, and what does the line look like from where I am in my activism and where someone who is doing something illegal is. I'm just curious about whether or not veganism is like a rabbit hole, and the more you dig, the more you want to progressively fight for animal rights. Eric was so kind to have showed me around, and I also met my first cow today. Oh my goodness! Okay, this is the first time I've ever met a cow before. I'm close. He's huge.
He's not even full grown.
Is he? What? Hi.
Hi, Frankie.
Hi, Frankie. Oh my goodness. You're so big. Oh my gosh. He's only a year and a half and he's this big? Well, you can tell he's a baby still.
He came in July. He was part of a Future Farmers of America school project.
Oh.
And they were taken to the Orange County Fair to be auctioned off for slaughter. And a woman saw them there and said she couldn't stand to see these guys get killed.
I can't believe you.
You're also a messy eater.
He really does look like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised by that.
Yeah, they act a little bit like children.
And he looks like a dog. He looks like he's like running around like a dog. Yeah, so this is amazing. It's incredible, and I'm glad to be a part of this. All right, guys. So we are here at my uncle and auntie's house. Wait, let me just get this right. And that was my mom who just passed by. But everyone is eating their Thanksgiving dinners, and it looks like, you know, I'm beyond surprised at just how much food there is for somebody who is plant-based and eating a vegan diet to eat. I mean, my auntie went out of her way to make a vegan turkey. I'll show you that real quick. Here's that. My other auntie went out of her way to make the mashed potatoes and the veggies. She set aside some dishes for some of the plant-based people here at the house. And it's amazing. I mean, like, look at this plate, guys.
Vegan. All vegan.
Did you hear that?
It's vegan.
She's right. It actually is.
All those green beans on his plate, they're vegan. There's no meat in those green beans.
She missed a couple other things that are on that plate too, but I think that's a pretty good gist of what's going on here. But yeah, this is amazing. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay guys, this is after a Thanksgiving dinner and exercise. I was doing biceps today and triceps. Arms and shoulders too. Hey guys, so we are here in front of Fruit Stop in
Vegan Sunday, baby. Vegan Sunday.
all right. And we're here with our friends at Fruit Stop who just made us some really good
fruit bowls.
But it's so good. It is so highly recommended. It's healthy. At least the bowl I got is really dense. It's got the organic peanut butter, granola, and almonds with, I mean, a bunch of fruits, basically strawberries, blueberries, and banana, and it's amazing.
I don't know how you can get this creative with this kind of food, but it's really intense.
This is amazing.
It's great.
This is so healthy for you.
Yeah, and it has a milky flavor that just makes this food melt in your mouth.
For the MyVLNF 365 series, I'm Aaron Lanuza.